Now we are going to deal with the Clausius-Mossetti equation and applications of dielectrics in the material science as a part of dielectrics. Clausius-Mossetti equation, we are going to start. Consider a solid dielectric material of dielectric constant epsilon r. Let there are n atoms per unit volume. Mu is the atomic dipole moment and alpha E is the electronic polarizability and Ea is the internal fields. Therefore, mu is equal to alpha E into mu I. This is equation 1. These equations we have seen in the previous sessions. P is the electric dipole moment per unit volume known as polarization given by P is equal to n alpha E into Ei. This is equation 2 which we have derived this in the previous sessions. Now, rearranging this equation to Ei is equal to P by n alpha E. That is equation 3. By the definition of polarization P, it can be shown that P is equal to epsilon naught E into epsilon r minus 1. That is, rearranging the terms, E is equal to P by epsilon naught into epsilon r minus 1. This is equation 4. Look here, this equation 3 is the internal field and equation 4 is the external field. So, there is a lot of difference between equation 3 and equation 4. Now, also we know that internal field is given by Ei is equal to E plus gamma P by epsilon naught. This is equation 5 which we have seen in the previous session. So, substituting the value of Ei and E from 3 and 4 in equation 5, we are getting P by n alpha E is equal to P by epsilon naught into epsilon r minus 1 plus gamma P by epsilon naught. So, this is the equation which we are getting using equation 3, 4 and substituting in 5. Now, rearranging the terms, taking P is common, we can cancel both the sides. So, 1 by n alpha E is equal to 1 by epsilon naught into 1 by epsilon r minus 1 plus gamma. The internal field at an atom in a cubic structure gamma is given by 1 by 3 is of the form. When we substitute gamma is equal to 1 by 3 into the above equation, you are getting 1 by n alpha E is equal to 1 by epsilon into 1 by epsilon r minus 1 plus 1 by 3. Rearranging the terms, taking the LCM and on simplification, you are getting as epsilon naught by n alpha E is equal to epsilon r plus 2 by 3 into epsilon r minus 1. Simplification, you will be getting this. So, rearranging the terms, gamma epsilon r minus 1 by epsilon r plus 2, rearranging the terms which is equal to n alpha E by epsilon naught. This is the Clausius-Mossetti equations which relates the epsilon r with the n and also relates with alpha E. This is the relation between n, alpha E, epsilon naught and epsilon r. This is called as Clausius-Mossetti equation and this is very important from the examination point of view. Next we go with the dielectric materials. What are dielectric materials? Don't underestimate the dielectric materials. Since they do not conduct any electricity, they are waste. No, dielectric materials are mainly used in insulating materials because there is no conductivity in them and to store electrical charges in the capacitor. The electrical charges are being stored in capacitor because of the dielectric materials. The ability of a storage increases with the dielectrics. If the dielectric is been introduced, ability to store charges also increases. The dielectric materials or the dielectrics in general must have high resistivity, high dielectric constant, low dielectric loss, adequate chemical stability, high moisture resistant and suitable mechanical properties. So, in nature, every material based on their characteristics, it has its own applications in the wherever the field of engineering. Once we know the characteristic of a material, it will be used in different areas where the purpose has to be solved. So, dielectrics are very important in the case of insulating materials and the ability to store charges in the capacitors. Dielectrics may be solids, liquids or gases. Now we see what are the applications of dielectrics, what are the uses of solid dielectrics, what are the uses of liquid dielectrics and what are the uses of gaseous dielectrics and where exactly these dielectrics are being used. Coming to the solid dielectrics. Solid dielectrics are used as dielectric materials in a capacitor for storing electrical charges. For example, polymers, ceramics, mica, etc. So these are nothing but the solid dielectrics are directly used in the capacitors to store more charges. Also, solid dielectrics jacketing on a conductor for insulation, like a polyethylene, polyvinyl, PVC natural and synthetic rubber on the coating of a power cables. For example, I can tell you in the physics lab we use a patch cords where we use a conducting wire inside the patch cord. We cannot touch the wire when the current is being current is given. So in that case, the insulating material is nothing but a plastic where we are able to hold it and perform the experiment even though the current is flowing through the wire. So this jacketing, the coating on the metallic wire, which is nothing but a solid dielectrics. Quartz crystal is used in ultrasonic transducer and crystal oscillators, filters, etc. Next is liquid dielectrics. Liquid dielectrics are used as a cooling medium in a transformer and some electronic equipments. What are liquid dielectrics? Nothing but they are used in a cooling medium. Liquid is nothing but one which can cools when there is a heat in the transformers or some electronic equipments. So liquid dielectrics provide insulation between the parts carrying voltage and the grounded containers in the transformer. So liquids insulation, the liquids are being used as insulation where they carry high voltages. Liquid dielectrics are used as filling medium in capacitors or brushings. Liquid dielectrics impregnated with materials like paper are used in transformers, switchgears, capacitors and cables. So here we are using liquids and solids together in the transformers, in the switchgears and capacitors and cables. So liquid dielectrics insulation, they provide the insulation and the current parts carrying voltages and grounded containers in the transformers. Now coming to the gaseous dielectrics. A dielectric gas is an insulating gas. It is a dielectric material in the gaseous state which can provide electrical discharge. For example, dry air and sulfur dioxide, sulfur hexafluoride, N2 and H2. So gaseous dielectrics are nothing but the best example of gaseous dielectric is a dry air. If anything is heated up, we keep telling, we blow air on it thinking that it gets cooled up. So the dry air itself is behaving like a gaseous dielectric to cool down. For anything, if it is hot, we blow air on it, so it becomes cool. That means the dry air itself is acting like an insulator. So air is used as arc extinguishing medium. Compressed air is used as a dielectric insulation in air blast circuit breakers. Now we will see the applications of dielectrics in the transformer. Transformer oil is a special mineral oil with high dielectric strength used for insulation and cooling of a transformer. It transfers heat by convection from winding and core to cooling surface. That means the transfer of heat by the convection means escape. It transfers heat by convection from windings and core to cooling the surface. It also maintains the insulation of the windings. Sludge formation takes place in the oil due to moisture, dirt or some foreign matter in the oil which is harmful. So sludge formation reduces the rate of heat transfer, ducts are clogged and the operating temperature increases. The oil must undergo dehydration periodically and tested at regular intervals. So this is the one best application of dielectrics in the transformers. Transformer oil, it is nothing but a liquid transformer. It is a special mineral oil with high dielectric strength used for insulation and cooling of a transformer. It transfers heat by convection, that is a gas by convection method, air. It is escape of heat from the windings and the core to cooling the surface. Also maintains the insulation of the windings. The sludge formation takes place in the oil due to moisture. There will be some sludge like thing due to moisture. It keeps accumulating dirt or foreign matter in the oil which is harmful. Sludge formation reduce the rate of heat transfer. Ducts are clogged and operating temperature increases. The oil must undergo dehydration periodically and tested at regular intervals. So these are some of the applications of the dielectrics in the transformers. Thank you.